So, you all must be wondering why I started today's class with this video. Actually, we are going to start a new poem which is from a railway carriage which is there in your page number 104 in your book. Okay, so I welcome you all to your English 2 class once again. Now, here in this poem, the poet, which is who is R.L. Stevenson, he is actually trying to give us a plain picture of what you all must have traveled to different places in train. Now here, if you when you are traveling that time, if you see towards the nature, or if you see throughout the window, so that particular aspect or that particular scenario that you can see from the window, that is what the poet is describing here. Now here one thing is also very important, that as you know, this rail engine, it was discovered in the 18th century. And in this means when he is writing here this poem in the 19th century, so that time actually means train is becoming much more excitement, a thing of much more excitement to everyone, and especially to the children. If they would have been traveling by the train, it would have been a very adventurous experience for them. Still now, we also enjoy riding in a train, traveling in a train. But here the poet, what he is telling is a very spectacular scenario that he is giving us a description of that. Okay, so we shall now be going to the text of the poem, which is this one. Oh, this may be a bit different from means the picture may be a bit different from your book, but the poem, the lines are the same. Okay, so from the very beginning, what he is saying here: faster than fairies, faster than witches. Okay, now as you know, fairies and witches, they are capable of having some sort of power with them. Like they can suddenly disappear themselves, they can get disappeared from a particular place, and they can within a blink of eye they can reach to some other places. So these are some black magic we say. Okay, so the witches and these kind of witches, they can do the black magic, but fairies, they are having these magical qualities. Okay, now here again what is being said, so they can go from one place to another place. The witches, they can do the black magic, the witches can do the black magic, and the fairies, they are having the magical quality. Okay, so they can travel from one place to another place within the blink of an eye. And next one, bridges and houses, hedges and ditches. So when the train is passing, when the train is means advancing towards the destination, so that time the train is crossing all these. It is crossing the bridges, it is crossing the houses, the hedges, and the ditches. Now you must be wondering what is hedges and what are the hedges and what are the ditches. Now hedges, as you know, is a kind of in a very close proximity, in a very close distance, when the trees will be there, where you can say the shrubs, or you can say the bushes will be there. We call it a hedge. Okay, I will just show you the picture of a hedge. So this one is the picture of a haze, where you can see the shrubs or the bushes or different kind of plants are in a very close proximity, as if they are forming a boundary, So that way, when the trees, when the shrubs or the bushes will be there, we call it a haze. Okay. Next one, where the poem is there, and charging along, and sorry, and ditches. Okay, let me show you what is this is ditch. So if you go to a village, if you go to some a place where agriculture is one of their professions, so there you will be finding these ditches. What are these? They are kind of a narrow hole, you can say, a kind of a it's also given in your book. So it's like a it's like a long narrow hole dug at the side of the field or the road to hold or carry water, so to preserve water. And afterwards this water will be used for the agricultural purpose, so they preserve water in this way. They dig a hole, it's a kind of a long narrow hole where they keep the water, where they preserve the water, and afterwards they use it for their agricultural purpose. So we call this one a ditch. Okay, so these are the ditches. Next, what is being said here next? Okay, and charging along like troops in a battle. As you see that when there will be a battle going on, the troops of the army, the troops of the soldiers, they will be advancing towards one another. When there will be a battle going on, the troops will be, that means the group of soldiers, or you can say together many soldiers, they will be advancing towards the enemy camp. So that is what is being said here. So charging along like troops in a battle, all through the meadows, the horses and the cattle. So meadows, as you know, is a land covered with grass. So here it has been shown meadows. So here you can see this meadow. What is being said here? That although the all through the meadows, the horses and the cattle. So you can see in the picture also, which I was showing you in this. So here you can see the cattle, and they are grazing in the meadows. So when somebody is in a train, from the train window, you can see all these scenario, all this natural beauty you can enjoy. Okay, so we can see here that this is a meadow. This is a meadow, that means a grassland, and there the domestic animals, the cattle, they are actually grazing here. You can see the horses also. All of the side of the hill and the plain. So you can see that it is, you can, from here you can see the scenario of the hilltop you can see, and also you can see the plain land where we live, and fly as thick as driving rain. And as the this one, the train is going so fast, as if it is like a fast falling rain. It is all these things are going away, and it is advancing towards the destination, as if it is like the fast falling rain. As you see, when there will be the rain, there will be there, so that time the rain falls in a very rapid speed. So that is what is being said here. And ever again, in the wink of an eye, and with the blink of an eye, that means in a glimpse only, with the blink of an eye, what we can see that in the blink of an eye, painted stations whistle by. And the painted station means the stations are much beautiful, they are colorfully decorated. So here it is being said that these are the painted station. Why painted station? Because these are colorfully decorated. Okay, so when this is colorfully decorated, the station is colorfully decorated, that is why it is being said that this is a painted station. So colorfully decorated station. So within the blink of an eye, in a very short time, within the very short span of time, the train is advancing very fast, the train is going towards the destination very fast, and within the blink of an eye, the train is advancing towards its destination. And it seems like that it's like the fast falling rain, it's like in a very rapid speed it is going, and the decorated and colorful stations, they are going away. They are as if within the blink of an eye, the stations are also going behind, or they are like running. So this is another very acquainted scenario. That means when you travel, when you have a train journey, then what happens? You will be finding that as if the trees and whatever things are there, those are as if those are going, or as if those are running, as if the train is stagnant, as if the train is somewhere it is standing, but the trees and all the natural scenario, everything is running very fast. So that is what we experience when we have a train journey. Now here you can see that what is being said here, that the painted station, within a blink of an eye they are going away. Here is a child who clambers and scrambles. Okay, let me just show you the text. So here is a child who clambers and scrambles. So clambers means climbing, and scramble means very with much difficulty. Somebody is making a way farther. Somebody is making a way farther very quickly, making a way farther with a rough land. You can say that the land on which you are making your way farther, that is a very rough land. So when very quickly somebody is making a way farther, that is scrambling, and clambers means climbing. So here is a child who clambers and scrambles. So I can just show you the picture here. You see that this is a child who is clambering, who is climbing, and yes, this is a tree. So this way he is scrambling also. That means he is getting a very rough kind of a place where he is advancing forward. So this is how the child is clambering and scrambling. Okay, all by himself. The child is all by himself. What the child is doing all by himself, without taking anybody's help. Without taking anybody's help, the child is clambering. So the child is going without taking anybody's help. Here is a child who clambers and scrambles all by himself. All by himself. He is not taking anybody's help. All by himself he is making his way. He is clambering and scrambling and gathering brambles. So what is a bramble? Bramble actually is so that is a kind of a stem, you can say, or the bushes where the blackberry will grow. So that is a kind of a plant, bramble. That is a part of a plant, you can say, or the wild bushes where the with the thorns on which the blackberry will grow. So the child is trying to gather all these things. And here is a tramp who stands and gazes. So tramp is a person who doesn't have a hope, who doesn't know where to go, who is an aimless person, you can say. And what does he do? He stands somewhere, he gazes at something with a, in a very surprising note. So he is kind of a tramp who doesn't have, who move around aimlessly without having any purpose. Okay. So what is being said here, that a tramp who stands and gazes, who is standing and gazing, who is standing and looking, who is seeing all these beautiful scenario and everything in some places. And then what is being said, and here is green for stringing, and here is the green for stringing the daisies. Okay, so here the poet is trying to say that the green place, or the greenness of the place, as if it is like a garland, where the daisy flower, these flowers are being used to make the garland. Okay, stringing the daisies, that means these are garlanding it, means you can say that a garland can be made, a garland should be made out of these daisy flowers. What are these daisy flowers? Let me just very quickly show you. These are the flowers. Okay, these are the flowers, the daisy flowers. These are the daisy flowers. Okay, so out of these flowers a garland can be made, and with the greenness. Okay, the greenness is there, and out of this greenness and these daisy flowers a garland can be made. And here is a cart run away in the road. Let me show you this text. Okay, and here is a cart run away in the road. So the cart was going away. The cart was going some places in the road. Cart, as you know, it can be a horse-drawn cart or a bullock-drawn cart. So a cart was going to some places in the on the road, lumping along with man and load. But it is now not being able to move because of the excessive load it is carrying. So the load is of what? The load is of the man, and also there is some some other things that it is carrying. Okay, so because of the load, because of the extreme load, it is not being able to move forward. It is getting it is struggling, you can say. Lumping along means struggling, or it is not being able to move forward. And here is a mill, and here is a mill, and there is a river. So a mill, but it has not been explained what kind of a mill it is, but it is a mill. And there is a river, and each gleams are gone forever, and each are gleams and gone forever. So it means this last line is very important, that it is kind of a glimpse. That means you can see it only once, because of the train is moving forward, the train is moving very fast, so you cannot stop and gaze at something. So what is happening here, that is happening very fast, and that is going away forever. That means that will not be repeated again. Once again, if you make the train journey, then it can be repeated, but the same scenario you cannot see again, because the scenarios may get changed. This card will not be there, or this boy will not be there, or this tramp will not be there. So kind of that. So that means whatever you are seeing it for the first time, and also you are seeing it for only once, because those will never be repeated. So within a blink of eye, within you can say at a glimpse only, at a glance only, you can see them, and then those are going from you forever. So those will never be repeated once again. Okay, so that is what the poet is trying to say here. So very quickly just tell you the summary of this, what we have read in a very nutshell, we can say. So it was towards the 19th century, and the poet was telling that how hilarious, how adventurous a train journey can be. If you travel in a train, you can enjoy all these beautiful aspects of nature. So what you can see the hedges, you can see the ditches. So hedges are kind of when the trees, or when the shrubs of the bushes grow in a very close distance, in a very close proximity, and this form a, you can say, a very boundary kind of a thing. So we call it a hedge. And then what is ditch? This one is kind of a narrow large hole which is dug in beside the agricultural land or beside the road, in order to preserve the water, so that that water can be used for the agricultural purpose afterwards. Okay, and charging along like troops in a battle, and that is like as if in a battle, as if the enemy's camp, that means one battalion and another battalion, another one army and another army, group of army, they will be advancing towards each another to fight with them. So that way only the troop of armies, as if it is moving very fast, the train is moving very fast like the troop of armies. Okay, all through the meadows, the horses and the cattle. So it is going through the meadows, that means beside both the in both the side of the train, you can see the grass, the land covered with grass. And what is happening in those land which are covered with grass, the cattle or the domestic animals, or you can say also the horses, they are grazing. They are grazing there. GRAZING. They are grazing. So then what is happening? All of the sides of the hill and the plain, and you can enjoy the sight, you can enjoy the scenario of the hilltop, and also you can enjoy the scenario of the plain. That means where we human beings live, where we do live, that plain. Fly as thick as driving rain. So it is moving as fast as if it is flying, like driving rain. As a raindrop falls in a very rapid speed, similarly in that way only the train is advancing forward. Okay, and ever again in the wink of an eye, and ever again in the wink of an eye, within a blink of an eye, what happens here? That painted stations whistle by. The painted station, the decorated, colorful, beautiful stations, those are going away. Those are whistled by. So those are going away. Within a whistle, those are going away. So that is. That is what the poet is trying to say here. And here is a child who clambers and scrambles. The child is trying to collect the, what you can say, the child is trying to collect the blackberries. Okay, the child is trying to collect the blackberries, and that is why the child is clambering and scrambling. So clambering means climbing up, and scrambling means making way with much difficulty, with the help of hand and foot both, and also very quickly making the way, not in a smooth place, you can say, on a very rough place. He is moving forward in order to collect the blackberries, all by himself, gathering brambles. So brambles is a kind of a bush where the blackberries grow. And here is a tramp who stands and gazes. The tramp who doesn't have a home, who is a hobobure in Bengali we say. So he is kind of gazing everywhere, who is there, who is kind of looking at everything. So the tramp is there, and here is a green for stringing the daisies, and here is a green for stringing the daisies. The daisy flowers, those are as if getting in a garland of greenness. Okay, green is the atmosphere, the total background, or you can say the natural scenario, the green scenario. In that there is a stringing the daisy flowers, as if those are getting you can say, as if those are getting decorated in a garland, or as if those are getting stitched in a garland, getting together in a garland. Here is a cart run away in the road, and here you can see a cart which was going in the road, which was moving to some directions in the road, but it was lumping. Lumping means it was struggling to make its way. Why was it struggling? It was struggling because of the huge load it was carrying, the load of the man, and the load of the goods it was carrying, the load of the things that it was carrying. Okay, and here is a mill, and there is a mill also, and there is a river, and there is a river also, and each are glimpse gone forever, and these glimpses are gone forever. Once the poet, or the once the speaker is saying all these things, he cannot enjoy this one again, because those once only, in a very rapidly, those are passing by. Okay, so once only those can be seen, and afterwards those will be passing by. Okay, so that is what the gist of this poem, that the train journey and the scenario when somebody journeys by train. Okay, so that is what is the main aspect of this poem. Okay, so you all go through this, and the question answers we shall be doing in tomorrow's class. So that's all for today. Have a very nice day.